The main reason this planet's so jacked up is everybody's in charge. Everybody that's in charge is using their human minds, but they lack understandings needed to, think. So they just lack understanding. It's real simple. It's a real simple fix. It's get educated in the Word of God. Again, the teachings that the element of eternal consciousness placed in their creation, such as an artist would. They perfectly designed the entire thought of the universe within the realm of eternity to include your complete life and, every decision you're going to make. Because, yes, you have free will, but they know who you are, so they know how you're going to use your free will. And I know the thought of every atom in the universe and its movement, and plus the light and the laws and bent space-time and everything that exists in the future and the past and all this stuff is a very complex thought. But for an element of eternal consciousness, it would just be a matter of time before the thought was complete or whatever. But anyways, yeah, gain the teachings that they placed in their creation, which your mind is also their creation, so it's designed to observe and understand, And if you look back in history, all the books that are inspired by the Word of God and then corrupt over time, because that's what books do when you store them through time, they corrupt because, the communication process changes, whatever. But anyways, people lack the understandings God placed in their creation. And they think and try to figure shit out, but they don't have these understandings, so they make dumbass decisions. And that's where we're at right now. It's a simple fix though. Just look at all the science, religion, philosophy, spirituality. It's a path in life that leads to that type of knowledge. You know what I mean? Wisdom, shit like that. It's all a path. Divine wisdom. It's a path. But anyways, just look at it like from a native perspective, the shaman, they're always up in nature, studying nature, God's creation, studying it, gaining understandings, thinking, answering questions, Same with all the prophets and religions. What else? Oh, and then even still today, look what happened to Jim Carrey's ass. The motherfucker went to the wilderness for a bit, came back, acting all enlightened and shit, which is true, because now, he gained some understandings in God's creation, because he was in nature, doing whatever he was doing. And he was observing nature and gaining understandings. And now he understands shit that he didn't before. So, everybody's like, oh, he's enlightened now, whatever. But you see that kind of thing happen a lot. People that live in the wilderness, you go talk, they're like, oh, they have wisdom now for some reason or whatever. Yeah, they gain God's teachings, so they understand shit or whatever. But anyways, that's why the world's jacked up. People, they look for the Word of God in the wrong place. Because a book you take the eternal mind of the element of eternal consciousness that exists, and you put it in a book. That's impossible because the book's too small. This universe is too small to contain a book like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just the way it is. It's just simple. And plus, since the fact that it warps over time, the message isn't the same as it was when it was first written. So that simple fact tells me that, it's not the Word of God, because the Word of God's always the same. The Word of God's the same, before humans existed, the same now and forever. It's always the same. And books aren't the same over time. So we got people looking in the wrong place for the Word of God. Instead of don't get rid of your books, because books got a lot of good teachings in them or whatever, But some of the stuff doesn't make sense because it was warped by time, and now you read it and the definitions of the words change, and But there's a simple fix. Whatever religion you follow or belief system you have, follow the path in life that led to that knowledge of that book, that's contained in the book, the path in life that those people led, which is simple. Go to nature, study nature the best you can, meditate the best you can, ask yourself whatever questions are the most important to you, ask yourself those questions, and then you'll have access to the Word of God. You'll hear God's words and gains God's wisdom and be able to live your life. Because the simple fact is, God's wisdom's been here the whole time. Their teachings have been here the whole time. We used to live in nature. So all religions have stories of when God was with people all the time. The whole Adam and Eve thing. It lasted about 300,000 years, but it's just a little story. But people that live in nature, they observe nature and they understand, gain the understandings, and the questions they ask, they're able to answer, So they were talking to God the whole time, basically hearing God's words, the whole time. And now we live in civilization, and we live in boxes, we drive cars, we poop in toilets, we turn on the water hose, We go to the grocery store and buy things in plastic and don't realize where it comes from until we're older in life, Like, what? This is from a chicken? Everybody goes through that. Like, what? Nowadays we do, anyway. But anyways, even there are some people on this planet, like I heard there's some island on next to India where if you show up and like try to talk to them, they'll just murder the shit out of you. All those people know God. They're not civilized whatsoever. They gain all the understandings in nature, And yeah, they'll kill you, but look what they know. Look what they know. Like, oh, if these people come here, they'll try to invade us and take what we have, so we have to murder them to keep them away, Makes sense. Anyways, this whole world's jacked up because people lack understanding, which, is contained in God's creation. So just observe God's creation, gain understanding. And yeah, there's no words or whatever, but there's thoughts there, and the thought will make you understand. The observation will make you understand. And the more understandings you have, the more things you understand, the more questions you can answer. You know what I'm saying? Let's say, I don't know, just whatever you want to search for. That's it. Read from the Word of God because, most people look in the wrong place. But hey, that's what we're taught. But, yep. Gains God's teachings. And over time, people will fix their own problems. Anyways, that's my plan on how to, fix everybody's problem on this entire planet. I think it's pretty good. I think it's a good plan. Let me know what you think.